I'm with Ashraf Shaheen from the Ipcp here in Bethlehem. Now, Ashraf, what is Ipcp?
Ipcp, it's a center for children and young people where they can come and they can attend workshops and they can make activities. And it's a place where young people, they can find a space for them to spend time as well.
And when were you founded and why were you founded?
The reality, the project started in 2000 as a tourism office, and it was a twinship between Milan municipality and Bethlehem municipality. But the reality with the invasion in 2002, the center destroyed by the Israeli army because they took the place as observation point because it's near the Nativity Church. So we renewed the project in 2004, and the need it was to work with the children and young people in Bethlehem. So we started our activities for children and young people in 2004 until 2009 that we stopped because lack of funding. And this year we reopened again the center to start our activities with the children in the community.
And what sort of workshops do you do with the children?
The reality, we give a lot of workshops, communication skills. We give children rights workshops to give the chance for the children to understand their rights, to raise the awareness of the community about children's rights, especially the Palestinian community. And also we work with media, making films with young people, and also animation workshops to make animation films with young people. These are the main important activities we are running these days.
Are there a lot of children in the Bethlehem area?
The reality in general in Bethlehem and the Palestinian territories area, we are talking about 47% of the community are children.
That's quite a big amount.
That's close to be half of the community.
Now, are children's voices being heard within the community in the area?
Not so much. We are trying to train these children. We know that the change in the community in this moment, it will be hard. The change of the opinions of the leaders in the Palestinian Authority, it will be hard, especially with the political situation that we are facing. But when you train children and young people about their rights and about the importance to speak out and their voices, it must be heard. These people, these children, they will be the leaders in the future for the Palestinian community.
And what does the United Nations say about children's rights?
The reality, the Convention of the Right of the Child, 54 articles, it gives the rights for the children that if you study this convention, you will find it's hard for the Palestinian children to understand because they are losing most of these rights. The United Nations, they spoke about the children that they are under 18 years old. And all the children, they must have their rights. And when you come to the community today with the economical crisis, with the situation of the Palestinian children, with the children that they are prisoners in the Israeli jails, they are 13, 14 years old. The Palestinian children, they don't have any of their rights. The right to live, one of the articles, there is no security for our children. How many children killed in the Palestinian community? So these rights, it's not easy. And in the same time, there is the Article 12, Article 14 as an example. It gives the children the right to reach the media, to speak out through the media, to express themselves, and to give their opinions. And the reality, that's weak, even if from our media sites in the Palestinian area.
Now, there is conflict here in the land. How does that affect children with the conflict? Are there many children suffering?
All the children, they are suffering. If they are rich or poor. The reality, in Bethlehem, the wall surrounding Bethlehem from all the parts. There is no chance for the city to expand in the future. Children are stuck inside a big jail. There is no chance for them to visit their families in Jerusalem. They can't enter Jerusalem to pray. These are their rights. The right to believe in religion and to worship, and the right to stay with the family and to move from place to another place, as the article mentioned in the convention, to move from each place to another place and to stay with the family, that's lost. They can't move.
Now, are children here within the Bethlehem area, are many of them living in poverty?
There is a high percentage. And the reality, even if the children that they are not living now in a poverty, they are not in a good conditions because of the crisis, because of the economy that it was, the Palestinian economy, it's destroyed since the past, not new. But these days, it's more and more. And it's very high these days, the costs of the life. You can't offer for your child all what he need, and even if sometimes the basics of the life.
Do many families feel like they're in a circle of poverty and you really just can't get out of it? There's people who are rich and then there's people who are poor, but they can't get out of that poverty cycle?
They can't. They stay inside this cycle. Most of them. Because the reality, there is no job opportunities. There is no future in this country. When you come to study a business plan, normally you check about the future of your business. Now, when you come to see that in the Palestinian areas, there is no future. You don't know tomorrow. So for that, even if for business, for job opportunities, it's lost. And Bethlehem, it's one of the cities that affected a lot by the war, affected a lot by the economy, and it's one of the baddest situation as economy in the West Bank.
Now, there are 3 refugee camps here in Bethlehem. People maybe don't know that. Are there many children within those refugee camps?
They are these refugee camps full of children. In the center, we are in Bethlehem, the center based near the manger square, near the Nativity Church. But the reality, one of our strategies that we bring children from the refugee camps, from the city, from the villages around, Christians and Muslims, to try to close the gap between these communities, because it's 3 communities, really. Christian community, Islamic community, and refugees community, that they are a little bit sometimes far from each other. Each one, he's living in his place. It's like they are far. So we try to gather all of them inside one place.
And what's your dream and desire for children here in Bethlehem?
I hope that one day, when this area, it will be a country, I hope that children, they will have all their rights. And they can speak out, and they can express themselves, and they can talk about their opinions. So they will be active in the community.
Are children beginning to know their rights now?
This is hard, the reality, because a lot of children, they took workshops and they know their rights, not only in the center and all the NGOs that they are working with this issue. But the hard part, when you are giving a workshop about children's rights and a child, he stand up and he asks you what you are talking about. It's something strange. It's like coming from the space to him. No violence against the children, and children are talking about beating them inside the schools. And this is the way that they educate them. So when they hear any of the articles, the right to live, the right to take a good education, the right of health, and a lot of them, they are facing problems with health and there is no care. So all these rights, when the children, they know, and they started to know about their rights, but until now, they know it as rights, as also education, but they don't have it on the ground.
So is part of the problem within the Palestinian Authority, is it more money that's needed for the community, for the authority?
The problem when you come to build a country, you need to arrange the basement of the country. Now, the Palestinian Authority, when they came to the West Bank, it was destroyed. No underground, no streets, no schools, no hospitals. It was needs. Now, they put priorities for these needs. Now, children, they are not taking that place. So it's one of the weakest parts. And they did an action plan, the reality, the Palestinian Authority. And the action plan, it must be from 2004 until 2010. And they can't reach any of the goals that they set it in the action plan. I think that it must be today a meeting gathering the Palestinian Authority with the NGOs together to write an action plan that all they will be responsible, not only the Palestinian Authority. That's the only way I think that we can put children again in the front of the plan for the Palestinian community.
And today, are youth living in a real sense of hopelessness here within the Bethlehem community? Is there real hopelessness there?
I think the problem that I spoke about several times, when you can't dream, you can't change. Our children, they dream, but nightmares, but not as dreams about future, about good things. And also, when youth, they finish universities and they stay at their homes without any job, without any even if chance to do part-time job. We don't have anything called part-time job in these areas. Or you just take a job or not. And the life, it's expensive. So which kind of hope they will have for the future?
And what's your prayer for children living in the Palestinian area?
You know, personally, I pray for this country one day that it will be a good place where we can give the chance for the youth and the young people to live, to be safe and secure. And in the same time, one of our aims that as a center we look for, it's to build a better future for the children and youth in Bethlehem.
A great aim indeed. Now, you're on Facebook. For people who'd like to know more, what do they need to look for?
You know, in our Facebook Ipcp Bethlehem, it will be videos, animations. Not all of our videos that we did the reality. We did a lot of videos that we are building our website. Soon it will be online as well. With it will be media center website where they can find the news about children, about youth, and they can watch the movies that it's made by children, not by us with children. So the children, they choose the topics after a children rights convention workshop, and after that they choose the places they shot without any experience. But these are amazing films also they can see, and we are going to have more also on our Facebook soon, so they can watch all this stuff and they can read about all our activities.
Well, Ashraf, thank you very much.
You are welcome. Thank you.